Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of FCOG Gaming. I am your host, Alex, and we are playing Factorio again. Sorry about the kind of impromptu break there. I've had a crazy week, just absolutely nuts, and unfortunately, when that happens, I kind of have to prioritize my time. And since I make about maybe $5 a month doing YouTube, and the rest of the stuff was either things for school or, oh, that's not going to fit, is it? Or things for work. Yeah, I kind of just had to prioritize a little bit. So I apologize. I hope you guys understand and can bear with me. But, yeah. Kind of sucks that I started a brand new series and then just posted one episode of it. But, oh well, we'll get over it. And, yeah, so anyway, off camera, I did build a bunch of belts. As you can see, I built a splitter as well. And, yeah, so now we're just piping coal into our iron smelting area, which is dandy. So that should be going, maybe not full force, but the choke point is going to be the stone furnaces and the lines and all that stuff, which we don't have the technology to upgrade right now. Might be wise to throw another steam engine on here, just because I feel like this is going pretty close to max. So let's go ahead and actually drop that down there. I don't want to pick that up. There we go. Honestly, I could flesh this out if I really wanted to. Excuse me. Didn't realize how blocked up my nose was. Okay, so I've got I've got 7 here. Let's go ahead and just flesh out the rest of this one line here. And that way we'll kind of future-proof ourselves a little bit. There's really not any downside to doing this other than using up iron. So I'm okay with it. And it used up all our power poles. But I've got... What? Okay. Any more trees, apparently. That's fine. Okay. So that's dandy. Let's go ahead while we're future-proofing things. Let's make a few extra electric drills here because I'm sure we're going to need them. And we will just kind of not max out this coal line, but we can definitely make it a little bit more future-proof here. That will also allow it to fill up faster as well. So I'm going to space this out for efficiency. I know this one's not going to last too terribly long, but it's also the last one that's going to turn on. So I think that should be okay. Let's go ahead and make another splitter, and we can fill both sides of this belt. Ooh, I need more iron. So never mind on that. Looks like we're going to need some more iron mines as well, which I think I knew that. But So while we're down here, let's go ahead and pick these up. I don't think I'm going to need them right now. Let's go ahead and chop this wood out. At least a little bit of it. Okay, and make one more mine. And these we're going to set up for actual speed. I don't know why my nose is so stuffed up. I didn't even realize that before I started recording. So if I went a little nasally, I apologize. There we go. That should help our iron smelting a little bit. Hopefully. Yeah, because those 2 mines are keeping these 4 going, so not really the best thing in the world. Alright, I needed to make a splitter, correct? For here. Have that go right there. And there. So, excuse me. So what that trick does, for anybody watching that is kind of new to Factorio or whatever, basically that trick fills up both sides of the belt, which basically the buffer in storage that's in the belt doubles if you do that. So that just gives you that much time to react if your coal starts getting low or whatever. Plus, it doubles your throughput as well, but with coal, that's not really a huge deal. That's more of a deal for like iron and copper and raw materials and stuff like that. But, yeah. Excuse me, jeez. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do, how do I want to bring my copper around? Because it kind of depends on where I want my factories to be. I think I want my factories down to the south here. That just, to me, that kind of makes sense. At least my first round of factories. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my iron go out, like out and down, and then I'll have my copper come up here with underground belts, pull a line of coal out this way, and we will do our copper smelting like up here or something like that. So we'll get some more mines built, and while we're doing that, actually hold off on that. Make that splitter first. Make a bunch of belts first, and then we'll get those mines going. Alright. So let's get the splitter here. That out like that. Bring this out like this. Then how's my spacing on that? Can I get away with... Let's do an experiment here. So it'll be copper belt, inserter, and then inserter, output belt, right? Yeah, so I should be able to get away with doing this right here. It should be okay. That'll give us 10 more. So I'm going to need stone for 5 more furnaces at some point. Okay. We'll do something like this to start out with. We'll just keep an extra mine for right now. And I need a bunch more iron. Just pick a ton more of those. Yeah. My throat is not cooperating with me today. Excuse me. Cheapest. Alright, so I have this underground belt here. Go ahead and throw that right here. The spacing for this is going to be right vertically, but not horizontally. So let's go ahead and shift this a little bit. Do something like that. That should work. I'm going to need, I still need more iron. Let's pick up iron from this belt as I work here. Alright, so I'm going to need 10 long inserters. Oh, and I'm low on copper. That's what my deal is. And then 10 normal inserters. Yeah, I've got plenty of iron now. Alright, let's go ahead and throw some, get some power going down here. Something like this. Well, well, at least let us know what we're doing here. And while we're waiting for all this stuff, let's go ahead and get some more stone, and then we can get our set up. All of our furnaces. Okay. So that should be good. Okay, so let's start to the south here. We need space for inserters, which is fine. I'm going to need at least 10 more inserters here. So I need coal, copper, output, inserter, right? And then power should be okay. And that should start producing. Awesome. Okay. kind of wish that blueprints were unlocked earlier in the game. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And that way you can, like in this circumstance, I'm going to just be cloning this, so I could just copy and paste that, and that would give me like a template just for my own use. But I guess not very many people would probably use that. I don't know, just a thought. So, got that, that. Oops. I better pick that up, that's going to bug me. Okay. And let's extend this down. And up like that, something. Alright, so that's one half of it. So let's get the other half going. Gonna need 10 red inserters and 20 yellow inserters. And we can set up our furnaces while that's getting crafted. Something like that. Do. Pretty exciting shit. Yeah, because the thing is, I've already explained what I'm doing. So, how have you guys been? I'm good, for the most part. Have a ton of homework that I'm printing off currently, but I really wanted to get this recorded, and it only takes about half an hour to get this recorded, and then I can edit it at some point, and yeah, editing really doesn't take that long. At least for videos like this, it's, I mean, just a little behind the scenes type deal. Basically how I do my recordings is I record the audio and the gameplay videos separate, and that way I just have a little bit more control over how the audio comes out, because I realize that's one of the weak points in my channel is the audio, but that's because I have a really shitty microphone, and I use a program called Audacity, which is open source and free and all that good stuff. And by using that, I can at least make it something that's okay. But yeah, at some point I want to get a desk microphone, and that would help quite a bit, I feel. But yeah, alas, I have other things to spend my money on, unfortunately. Alright, so before you know it, we have a working copper line and we have a working iron line, and that's awesome. So our next step, that was a weird noise. Our next step is red science, obviously. But the typical layout that I use for red science probably isn't going to work if I'm going to be fueling 20 factories. So, what we're going to have to do is, I mean, copper is easy. But I feel like I'm going to have like 2 gear wheel factories going, especially at least at first. Because usually I just have one. I guess red science isn't going to be that big of a deal, but green science definitely is. So yeah, let's get our red science factory up and running here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this down here. I'm going to need a couple factories, which I don't have copper for. Let that go a little bit longer. Oh, I was hoping for more than literally a couple factories, but get some copper picked up here. That should help us out. Okay, and all you guys are going to do is gear factories. And we're going to need inserters out of iron. Okay. That should be enough for right now. Alright, so inserter, 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 inserter. And so this is going to go let's see here. I'm just going to tee it off. That's fine. Excuse me, jeez. Alright, so you're going to go like this. I want to think that there's a way to get it so that I can just tee off this copper. That would avoid a corner penalty. Maybe not. Here, what if I do... This might be stupid. If I do something like that, I'm going to need a splitter. I'm just going to make a bunch of splitters while I've got the time here. Excuse me. Pick these up for right now. Okay, and I'm going to want room for a factory and output here. And that's going to be my red science factory. Hopefully I can do a 2-tier here. If not, I'm going to bring that line somewhere where I can. Jeez. So, let's go ahead and get these guys running. Get these guys so they're actually in the power. And on the belt, Alex. Actually, we might need a third one here. Yeah, let's something like that. Just for future-proofing sake. Okay, so have this come down like so. And that's going to be the space that I need for an output, which should be fine. Kind of close quarters here, but I'm okay with it. Gonna need more iron here. All right. Let's just start out. Ooh, that was accidentally good spacing for me. I'll start out with 4. I do want to have them on both sides of this, though, because I'm not sure exactly how many I'm going to need. I know I'm going to need a decent amount, though. I'm thinking about 10 at least. I could be horribly, horribly wrong on that. Alright, we can bring some power down. Excuse me. Jeez. Some belts over. Okay, and you are going to produce red science. You guys are all going to copy that. Excuse me. Man. So now the question is, where do I want my labs? Here? Maybe? I mean, that's probably a good starting point, I guess. Because, I mean, this line has to go through, which actually I'm going to do that right now, just so I don't forget. And so, because of that, I'm going to have to bring these through, and I don't have room for 20 labs right there. So what I might do instead is turn this line the other way. Do something like that. And we will bring this down like so. Just to remind ourselves that we have to do that. Okay. So, not horrible. Hopefully, when underground belt reach that far, I'm hoping. Yeah, no problem. We'll do this one the same way, just for aesthetics. Just get those out on the line there. Okay. So, let's go ahead. We'll bring these lines together. And the reason I'm doing it this way is well, I was going to say because I wanted to line it up this way, or bring it up this way. But how's that green science going to work in that? It's an interesting problem. I suppose I could just pipe it over to the left and like tee it off a little bit. But regardless, we need some labs here. And I am going to make 19 and pick this other one up over here. Okay, I think that'll be 20. I'm hoping. Alright, so basically, let's give ourselves a little bit of wiggle room here. What do I want to do next? Electronics, logistics 2. I should probably do military at some point. Let's do military. Because this is not a peaceful map. Actually just been kind of lucked out, I think. And I have no materials. Okay. So, we're a little bit after 30 minutes here. I think I'm going to put a cut in here, and when I come back for the next episode, I will have 20 labs set up, or not set up, 20 labs in my pocket, all the stuff to set them up with in my pocket, and yeah, I will not begin construction other than this until the next episode. So until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying this. If you are, please feel free to hit that like button. It really does help promote the channel. And as always, take care of yourselves out there. Bye-bye.